So this is the Honor 9X, and this isn't the same Honor 9X that you might have seen in some other videos. So stick around and I'll explain everything. So welcome to the channel. If you're finding me for the first time, consider subscribing if you like tech reviews and loads of other tech related stuff. And today, Honor have launched a new device here in Europe, and it's the Honor 9X. And there is already another Honor 9X out on the market in China, but the specifications are completely different. So this is basically a brand new handset from Honor, and I'll explain why they've done it this way. And there's a couple of good reasons why they've taken this approach and recycled this name here in Europe. So before I get into some of the awesome stuff on this device, what I thought I should do first is get the most commonly asked questions out of the way first. So some of you will already know that Honor is a part of Huawei, and of course Huawei have the Google ban right now thanks to this guy. So I guess the number one question is, will this be running Google Android apps? Yes it will be, and for a good reason. As I mentioned earlier in this video, the Honor 9X has previously been launched in other countries and was released prior to the ban, which means this version of the Honor 9X is running on Android with full software updates on Android 9 Pie. And you might be wondering, can you expand the memory on this device? Yes, you can. You can actually expand it up to 512 gigabytes. And actually this device comes with a standard 128 gigabytes of storage, which means you'll have over 600 gigs if you do decide to expand it to its maximum potential. So that's pretty awesome. And when it comes to the onboard storage of 128 gigs, that's UFS 2.1, which delivers what a lot of people consider to be flagship level speeds. Does it have a headphone jack? Yes, it does. Right there on the bottom of the device, a headphone jack. That is also pretty awesome. And you might have also noticed the USB-C charging, which takes me on to another question that you might have, and that is, does it do fast charging? So unfortunately not. It actually charges at 10 watts, which is still pretty fast. It's not the fastest out there by any means. But one of the most awesome features with this phone is the fact that Honor have put a 4000 milliamp hour battery, and I've been told that on a regular day you should finish most days with 30% of battery life left at the end of the day, so you can just top it up just before you go to bed, and then you'll have your full day battery again the next day. And that's kind of Honor's answer to the quick charge situation. No quick charge, but hey, you got a massive battery. So I guess a lot of you want to know about the performance of this device, and this brings me on to one of the differences between this and the Chinese variant. So the Chinese variant had a 7nm Kirin 810 processor inside. This one actually comes in with a Kirin 710, which is a 12nm processor, which is pretty damn powerful. And you might be wondering, can a device like this with a Kirin 710 run Fortnite? The good news is, yes you can, and not only can you run it, it also has GPU Turbo Boost 3.0, and it's really been optimized for the most popular games out there. So yes, you can play Fortnite on this device. I've been playing Call of Duty on here and it handles it pretty well. And I guess you guys are wondering about the benchmark performances of this Kirin 710 processor. So here they are. So I know some of you are going to ask about the cameras here. It's got a 48 megapixel at the top. It's got an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and the Google Pixel this year doesn't have an ultra wide, so that's a big deal to have an ultra wide on there. 120 degrees, and then you've also got a depth sensor, so that's going to give you a bit more blurry background in those portrait photos. One interesting thing here is it's a 1/2 inch sensor, similar to that we saw in the Mate 20 Pro and the Honor View 20, except this isn't a Sony 48 megapixel sensor, and at this point it hasn't actually been disclosed as to what sensor it is, but it's pretty impressive. And make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because I'll do some camera tests with this versus another device, and we'll see how it handles. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications for that one. So this device has something new, and it's the AIS Super Night mode, and it gives you more control of your night settings on the camera. So you can adjust the shutter speed and the ISO, so you can get really good low light photos. And you know, I'm definitely going to be testing this out. And if you're wondering if this device can film slow-mo, it can at 16 times slow motion at 480 frames per second. And when it comes to video, it actually also has EIS. So hopefully that will help when it comes to filming videos. And I'll be testing that out in my camera comparison video as well. So of course, one of the highlights of this device is the back, and look at that X pattern. Hopefully you can see it. It's really, really awesome. It's got these kind of chiseled in lines there. Super awesome, and very different from other devices out on the market today. And the back of this device actually has a 3D curved design as well, so it's really comfortable to hold. And the device itself is about 8.8 millimeters thick. And you're probably wondering, is this glass? What is it made of? And if you are wondering that, then that's really credit to Honor, because it looks like glass, but it's not. It's actually plastic, and the edges are also plastic. But this in the hand feels really premium, and you could easily mistake it for metal and glass. And the last three questions: does it have NFC? Unfortunately not. Does it have face unlock? Unfortunately not. Does it have an infrared blaster? Unfortunately not, but wait until you see the price and then you'll understand why. So the Honor 9X has a rear mounted fingerprint sensor. On the other version of this phone, it's on the side, but this is a rear mounted fingerprint sensor, and it's incredibly fast. So this technology has been around for a while, and it's a pretty safe bet, and it's very secure. You've got a single downward firing speaker, and this device is available in two colors: sapphire blue like I have here, and also a midnight black. Now take a look at the front of this screen, and this is one of the advantages of using that pop-up camera. And this is actually the first Honor device to have a pop-up camera. It basically frees up the entire front panel, so you got a full 6.59 inch Full HD plus LCD display with enhanced dynamic range. And Honor are running their own proprietary software here to give you a better dynamic range as well. And you can really see that when you're watching movies and stuff like that on this device. Anyway, this has been my first look video at the Honor 9X. I am planning some camera comparison videos, so let me know what device would you like to see this device compared to, and I'll try my best to make it for you guys. And if you guys didn't see my Honor 8X video versus the iPhone at the London Comic Con, that thumbnail's on screen right now. Go check that out. And if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man, and I'll see you in the next one, so don't be late.